Alright, it is very warm out for February, so I'm out in the garage. This is the cabinet that 401A was in. It's kind of clean, but we're just going to take a look at it and make sure it's in good shape and solid so it doesn't, break or wobble when I get it to get the machine back in it and find it a new home. So, okay, first things first. Cabinets of this style, the legs are typically removable. I already pulled one screw out, the top one here, to get replacement screws in case I need them. But the legs typically have one screw that goes in, and the upper screw can be loosened, so the leg will just pull the bottom screw, slide the leg off, and that was for easy shipping. And also, if you move this and have a smaller vehicle and need to get it around, you can pop the legs off and it'll be easier to fit in your car. Alright, I'm taking the legs off of this, and then I'm gonna set the cabinet on the table there so that I can look at the cabinet with the legs off. Taking the bottom screw out on this front leg, loosening the top screw so that when I lift it, it will slip out. And then this back leg, I already took the top screw out to go buy new ones, so hold it in place while I remove this bottom screw. Now, I'll fold this so it balances properly. And the back leg, and the front leg slips right out of there. And the whole thing just sets on the table, and I can take the other two legs off. Clearly someone had this apart at some juncture and had some issues. There are a couple of, this is clearly not an original screw because it's got the flush head instead of the pan head. And then this leg has a shiny new pan head screw and a broken screw. And then it had this broken tab washer and this sheet metal hex drive screw screwed into it to help clamp the leg because this screw is broken off. So I'm going to pull all the screws out of here. And it looks like all the screws, or all the legs, have a second hole in them because they clearly were for different styles of cabinets, and you would just put the holes, the two screws in the set of holes that you needed out of the three. But I'm going to remove those screws and put a dab of super glue down each hole to help strengthen them, and then I'm going to get this screw out, and I will have, so I took these to the store and got replacements with a Phillips head in them, and I'll put those in because they'll be a little easier to tighten up for people and to remove with the Phillips head. Okay. Once the legs were off, I flipped this over. And I did check. Some of the brackets here for the legs are loose, and I think that's part of what contributed to that one screw getting broken and needing a different reinforcement. So I'm going to check all of these screws on the brackets and pull those out and put a dab of super glue down the hole before I put them back in. And that will help reinforce the wood where they're screwed in and make the whole thing sturdier.